Hey, what is up YouTube? Angry here. Today we are analyzing Charizard. We'll be starting with some Charizard Y sets, then going to Charizard X. Charizard, both ones are very prevalent in the metagame right now in OU. I think Y is a little bit more used, but X has that one set that's really well done. Y again has a little bit more utility on their sets. There's some more coverages they can run, while Charizard X has kind of just one set it kind of goes with. I did draw up two other sets that are kind of like iffy. They have some nice niche use that I'll go over, but the first one I think on Charizard X is the main one you want to use for it. So for our first Charizard Y here, we have, for all the abilities, obviously you're going to have your Mega ability. Always choose Blaze beforehand. Solar Power is not really going to help too much, because obviously unless you have a Sunsetter then maybe. But Blaze, you can maybe get off, something like that. It's almost never going to happen, but you'd rather have it than not have it. For this one we have Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Focus Blast, and Roost. Pretty standard set here. It gives you as much coverage as possible while keeping this thing alive. This thing works really well on Sun teams, as you would imagine. Pairing this thing with regular Venusaur and other Chlorophyll Sweepers. Anything like that's good to pair it with. And then for its investment here, we have 252 special attack, 252 speed. This thing appreciates things that kind of wall out some of the rock types and more of a physical sweeper. So this thing has decent special bulk. You can run HP if this is like a Sun team and this is your only Sunsetter. You can run HP on this set. However, not only having one like non-damaging move kind of wants you to have as much special attack as possible, as well as speed. That's why I kind of run that on that. For the next one here, these are all just actual coverage moves, extra coverage moves you can switch out. Obviously, you would never run this as an actual set. These are just extra coverage moves it gets: Dragon Pulse, Air Slash, Earthquake, HP, Electric. Kind of go over some of the things it's good against. Dragon Pulse obviously gives you a decent coverage move, and it's great against a lot of the dragons. There's a lot of dragons right now between Salamence, Garchomp, Dragonite. Dragonite not as much as it used to be, and stuff like Hydreigon even gives you a good matchup because your other moves aren't going to be hitting it super effectively, and most of them are resisted, honestly. Air Slash gives you good coverage against a lot of things. It also gives you a flinch chance. Kind of has mixed results in the bag there because Bug and Grass is already taken care of by your other stab and Fire, and there's more damage with that, and it's Sun boosted. Flying is also good against fighting though. You don't see too many fighting types, at least not as much as they used to. And then Earthquake is there for stuff like Heatran after its air balloons popped. T-Tar is pretty good against that as well. And HP Electric. That's more so for like stuff like Pelipper and other water types that might like resist the grass and like Toxapex and stuff like that. It's not going to do super a lot, but like it's mainly for Pelipper and Weather Wars. You only run Hidden Power Electric if you're running a full Sun team. For investment here again, like I said, it's the same mon as the last one. It's just showing you the other coverage moves for that. Then for the last one, we have more of a support one. Oh, didn't put that in. I want to run that. But for this one, it's more of a support team. It still has Fire Blast and Solar Beam. Then you run Tailwind on this. This doesn't work as well as on Sun teams as the other sets do. You kind of miss that third coverage move, or even fourth if you're not going to run Roost. However, Tailwind's really nice for like more bulky offense teams, which also like you might also have something that benefits from the Sun, like a Heatran or something like that. And then that's what you're going to use the Tailwind and the Sun kind of supports Heatran really well, like an Arcanine, something like that. You still want to run Roost on this set, and then this thing's obviously going to run some HP investment on this. It's not trying to look to go as fast. And after the Tailwind's up, you're going to be hitting, what, 472 speed? 472 speed, that's more than enough to outspeed anything right now. So I'm going to go to the Charizard X's first, and I'll go over some more teammate options for each of the two different kinds, and some of the things that kind of counter in more detail. Alright, so for the first Charizard X here, this is the standard set, Dragon Dance, Outrage, and Flare Blitz. Kind of a win condition card. You switch it in when you have a good matchup, or once our Checker 2 is knocked out. And obviously attack investment. I run attack nature. Some people will run speed to get that faster first speed. However, you're right near 300 speed, so you're going to be hitting what? You're hitting over 400 speed after Dragon Dance anyway. That's faster than a lot of stuff. Some Choice Scarf stuff might outspeed you. If you're worried about those, then you can run speed investment. But I think the attack investment is definitely worth it for getting more of those 2-hit and 1-hit KOs. Then we have a specially defensive one, or a defense invested one. Oh wait, why don't I run attack on this? No, my bad, guys. You can run, actually, yeah, run attack nature. I'm messing up really bad on this. Plus that, you run HP investment on this. This is more of a defensive one. I recommend special defense. That messes me up real bad, guys. This is really kind of weird to see. This has a lot of things will kind of switch in against this, stuff that kind of usually beats, like T-Tar is a decent matchup against Charizard X and Y, so it usually switches in. You can cripple it with the Will-O-Wisp, you can cripple stuff like Salamence, any physical sweeper that has a good matchup against Charizard X, and even some walls, you can Will-O-Wisp them on the switch in, and that cripples a lot of Pokemon, even like stuff like Bisharp. Oh, Bisharp's not going to be switching in, but it's a nice switch up. They may not catch that coming in. Again, Dragon Claw, Fire Punch. You can run Flare Blitz on this as well. I don't want to have him take as much damage, so Fire Punch is another option you can do, and Dragon Claw, because there are a decent amount of fairies right now in the metagame. You don't want to get locked in Outrage, and then have him go for that. And for our last one here, we have a Flare Blitz, Outrage, Roost, and Earthquake. Kind of similar to the last one. This one's a little bit more bulky as well, though, because it doesn't get the Roost. So maybe you want one. Actually, I have Roost right there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going a little crazy right now. This is more of a bulky one with Roost instead of just Dragonlance and Sub, and it has Earthquake to hit things that it wouldn't be able to otherwise with its Flare Blitz and Outrage combo. Alright, so now guys, we're going to head over and talk about some of the more teammate options and some of the other things that can kind of counter it, and then we'll wrap up the video. Alright guys, up first we have Charizard Y. Some great teammate options for this. You're going to need some kind of Stealth Rock support, especially for the one that's going to be more the offensive one and when you're sunsetting for a Sun team. So stuff that can either remove Stealth Rocks with either Rapid Spin, so like Excadrill makes a great partner. Kind of doesn't really work well without the sand being set up, but that's just my opinion with it. I know a lot of people still run Excadrill anyway. Tapu Fini and other defog users will also work as well. Dugtrio works really well with this thing, makes it nice. Obviously you have the special physical aspect going on there. Dugtrio traps a lot of things that Charizard Y struggles against. Even with Focus Blast, Charizard Y can't beat Blissey or Chansey. Dugtrio obviously can and can trap it, and then obviously with Toxapex as well. Dugtrio being in the metagame is a big boost for Charizard Y in my opinion. Really takes care of that. And obviously some things like Venusaur are going to benefit from Chlorophyll in this, other Chlorophyll sweepers. Not really sure off of those at the top of my head, but those are the main things you're going to be using to pair with Charizard Y. Really help support it with the Stealth Rock use, and then it can also kind of be a decent wall breaker against certain mons. Alright guys, we'll go with some teammates for Charizard X now. First of all, you'll need some kind of defog support. You'll still be taking a lot of damage, even if it isn't a 4x weakness once you Mega Evolve. It gives you a lot less chances to set up if you're down to 50% or even 75%. So you definitely need some kind of defog use, or like Rapid Spin user. So like Mandibuzz, Excadrill. You don't want to run Tapu Fini because it will set up Misty Terrain, which kind of weakens your Dragon Stab on the ground. Not a good thing to have. Other things you're going to want to have, Ash Greninja is a great teammate with Charizard X, forms a great physical special pair. Charizard X is more of a ground breaking power with his 130 attack. However, he does have a nice late game sweeping, and Greninja can cause a lot of troubles earlier in game because you're not really sure what it's running. If it's either an Ash Greninja set or if it's a Protein, and then if it's a Protein set, is it special or physical? So Ash Greninja or Protein Greninja forms a really good pair with Charizard X for a lot of reasons. Dugtrio is again a great teammate for that. You can make a very good hyper offensive team with Charizard X and then have like maybe a wall or two in there. I think that's a good team right there. Dugtrio, because it's going to trap stuff like Chansey, which might have counter for Charizard, and more for things like Toxapex, and then stuff like Heatran if you're not running the Earthquake set, or even like Tyranitar. Landorus Therian can give this team a little bit of issues. So you want to run something that can kind of counter that. Maybe your own Landorus Therian could use some nice switch-ins. Maybe a slow Volt Turn Core to switch in Charizard X. Not really sure how well Rotom Wash and Scizor work with Charizard. That's my favorite Volt Turn Core with the Rotom Wash and Scizor. You can't run Mega then, obviously. You'll have to run like a Choice Band Scizor. That can make a very good offensive team, I think. That's what I would highly recommend to you guys. Rotom Wash, maybe like a defensive or special defensive one. Scizor, the form a nice Volt Torn Core there. Charizard X, Dugtrio, Greninja. Then whatever you guys want. Some kind of coverage moves, some kind of coverage mod. Maybe a defensive threat. You kind of need something that's going to kind of help you keep yourself healthy. That could be a pretty good team. Maybe like a Garchomp. I think Garchomp would fit pretty well in that team as well. Actually, I don't know. That's too much Dragon and Ground. I don't know. I'll leave that at last slot to you guys. Alright guys, so some kind of counters to these things. Obviously, Landorus Therian gives both of these things fits, especially Choice Scarf. It's going to be able to outspeed pretty much KO, one-hit KO with Stone Edge either way. Other things can kind of counter it. Dugtrio does a pretty good number on this team if they're not already set up or switching in. It's kind of hard to switch into these things because if you don't know which one it is, you might be sacking off something. Like if it's a Charizard Y and you switch in like a defensive threat, a defensive wall, they're going to get pretty much blown up. If you send out like a Chansey against the Charizard X, not knowing that the Charizard X is just going to set up and kill you then. It gives your teams a lot of issues, and you want to use this thing not too early on. You want to make sure you get it in safely. However, you can kind of take advantage of the fact that they don't know which one it is. That's kind of its biggest asset if you ask me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. That's all I really have on Charizard. He kind of only has a few viable sets right now. It's kind of pretty obvious what he's weak against with his typing and what he's able to do. But if you guys have any sets for me to use, let me know. I want to give a huge shout out to Captain Smiley. Leave a link to his channel in the description below. I've been chatting with him, doing some battles. He's been a lot of fun to battle with. Again, guys, if you want to do battles with me, just go ahead and let me know. We can always talk. I'm always down to talk Pokemon. Favorite thing for me to do right now. It's in the summertime. Summer Eradicate. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.